Hi. So today I want to take a second to talk about the AP exam. I have noticed that as everyone is trying to figure out how to handle application season for next year, one of the things that 11th graders are asking me is whether or not we should be thinking about AP exams as a thing to add into your profile. So the super short answer, if you don't want to watch a long video, is no. If you're in a public high school in Vietnam, you don't need to take the AP exam. You don't need more testing. That is probably especially true this year, given that all the schools are broadcasting how testing is going to be something that they pay less attention to, given the current situation and what limited options students are going to have. So in a situation where everyone is saying we're going to roll back testing requirements, adding new tests to your life is not actually something that I think you need to do. But I want to go into why I think that a little bit. So if you're interested in the why, you can stick around. The AP test stands for Advanced Placement, and it is part of the American curriculum that allows students to take college level classes in high school. If you take an AP class in biology, it's about the same as taking an introductory level bio class when you actually get to university. So it's a rigorous curriculum. Those classes have discussions, they have exams, they have projects, they have research, they have papers, they have a whole lot of material besides just the biological knowledge. And so one of the downsides to a Vietnamese student just taking the AP bio test is that while you do have a chance of studying so well that you get a good score, you're going to miss a lot of the other stuff that is assumed to be a part of the AP curriculum. So if you get a 4 or a 5, which are very high scores on the AP exam, you may be able to use that in your college application, but you're not actually going to have any of the research and the background and the mentorship and the independence that comes with an AP class, which means that when you get to school in America, you really should take Intro to Bio anyway. So you'd be taking this advanced level class without actually getting any of the benefits and getting to skip ahead, because that's really going to be too hard for you no matter what. Now, the other thing that some people think the AP test might help is your admissions chances. Schools do like to see the AP test, but they are going to be comparing you to your high school curriculum. So if you aren't in a US curriculum, they don't expect you to take the AP test, and they would rather see you spend your time on either the SAT-2s or on activities that are going to showcase who you are a lot more than more tests are. One of the downsides for Vietnamese students is that they do very well on testing, but everyone does very well on testing. So if you're someone who is smashing through the SAT and the SAT-2 and you're now thinking, maybe I need another test, I would actually probably recommend that you spend more time thinking about stuff that you can do out in the world. Now, granted, at the moment, we're not allowed to go out in the world, but if we're talking about a plan for your summer, you should be doing things that are much more independent and that are working with other people and that are, interesting and different and showcase who you are. That could be independent research projects. That could be like a research assistantship in a lab or in an office. It could be an invention or starting your own company or a creative project. There are so many options that are going to help you more than the amount of time you would have to spend to master this test. I really, for most people, don't think that it's necessary. Now, if you have special circumstances, if you aren't good at the subjects available for the SAT-2, if you really did a terrible job on the SAT-1 and you're hoping to balance it out with a different kind of test, we can talk about some situations in which the AP might make sense. But ultimately, the AP test is not going to set you apart. It's not going to show who you are. It's not going to help the school kind of get a sense that you're going to be an amazing member of their community. It's just going to show them that you can test well. And honestly, they already know that about you. If you're thinking about taking the AP test, you're already someone who's doing well on tests for the most part. And I would say that it's better to spend your time kind of stretching rather than just doing something that you know you're already good at and that they know you're already good at. If you have more specific questions or you want to talk about some unusual circumstances or you have advice that is a little bit more detailed than what we've been talking about here, please send me an email. I'm happy to answer questions whenever you have them, okay?